over 40 years, the Ohio Light Opera has been delighting audiences, training young performers, and introducing a new generation to the operetta and lyric theater traditions. I'm Jacob Erland, and today I bring you greetings from Memphis, Tennessee. And though I wish I were joining you all in the Friedlander Theater this evening, I'm delighted to participate in the 2020 virtual season in this fashion. For the last 15 years, I've considered OLO and its patrons part of my extended family, starting on the stage with the company in 2006. OLO and the repertoire that it seats centrally in its mission is so meaningful to me, and that's why I'm delighted that tonight we stream the very first full production that I ever had the honor to direct for the company. One of the most requested titles by patrons, it wasn't until 2010 that the company presented John Philip Sousa's most successful stage work, El Capitan. 114 years may have separated the original production in 1896 and our 2010 production, but I was honored to be chosen to direct this title in particular as the first of many directing assignments with the company, and I still remember the production fondly. One of a number of operettas set in Peru, and oddly not the only one to feature a viceroy parading about in disguise, or perhaps I should say incognito for those who get my Offenbach humor. I'm sure you will fall in love with Don Enrico Medigua, also known as El Capitan, masterfully portrayed in this production by OLO veteran Nick Werman, who follows admirably in the footsteps of famous actor William DeWolf Hopper, who originated the role and would later go on to be a popular Gilbert and Sullivan patterer. For those of you who are new to this show, you may find you already know some of the music, as Sousa followed in the then in vogue tradition of composing a popular march based on themes from the show. While this march is still performed frequently, the show from which it was birthed sadly is not. And that is one of many reasons why I'm so proud to be part of this organization that breathes new life into forgotten gems of madcap humor and musical beauty. I'm so delighted to share with you the Ohio Light Opera's production of El Capitan. Until next time I see you in the Friedlander lobby, enjoy.
Highness, let this frolic ended be. His Excellency I at once must see.
Peruvian manners take us unawares. The Viceroy is engaged on state affairs.
Rebellious cries a dozen plazas fill. Casaro claims that he is Viceroy still. From Peru's majestic mountains echoes an unhappy song. From the sweet pellucid fountains that her valleys course along, from the eagle boldly soaring in the azure overhead, all regretting, all deploring that our liberty is dead. From the mountains, from the fountains, from the eagle overhead, boldly soaring, comes deploring that our liberty is dead.
Not again. The Peruvian peasants have arisen again.
Alas, it's true, Mama.
We told your father he ought to show his face occasionally. His refusal to make public appearances is nothing but political ineptitude.
I too warned Don Medigua, Princess. He has denied himself to his public.
It's all that Senor Pozo's fault.
But Papa has deputized him to carry out all affairs of state.
Why, just yesterday, we had to ask Pozo's permission to see our own husband. Villain! Pozo is to blame for everything. The discontented, the natives, the state of the budget, even the insurrection. What will the King of Spain say?
Wait here! Madam, dear madam, these gentlemen insist upon an audience with Don Medigua. Oh, how beautiful she is, how majestic.
Run them off, Pozo. Pozo, who are these creatures?
Dear madam, we are delegates. We come from our leader Don Casaro, the rightful viceroy, with a message demanding the resignation of Don Medigua as viceroy. And we want it quick, dear madam.
Navajo, you are too soft. El Capitan won't be so gentle when he arrives.
El Capitan? Pozo, tell our husband that these creatures crave an audience.
We don't crave, we demand. We demand Don Medigua's resignation. We demand the keys to the council chamber. We demand...
Patience, caramba.
Patience. If El Capitan were here, the whole place would have been blown up long ago.
Hurry, Pozo, we order you.
Oh, how lovely she is when she's angry.
Mama, who is this man of whom they speak?
Every heart thuds, every hand trembles in terror at the name El Capitan, the hero of the Barcelona massacre. A man so bloodthirsty, he deals in slaughter wholesale.
Oh, why did we ever leave Madrid? And this is the man who would fight Papa?
He has already landed, rumor has it.
The Viceroy begs you to excuse him and accept me in his place. So if you'll hand me your...
We want him!
Well, you're getting him! Pozo, dispose of them.
Princess, I would gladly die for you. But Don Medigua has instructed me to avoid violence.
Violence? I'll show you violence!
Caramba, let us inform Don Casaro that we've been defied.
No, not defied. Referred to a committee. Princess, the military have deserted us. We are powerless.
You coward. Tell Don Casaro that he shall be our prisoner before sunset.
Forgive us if we don't stay for dinner. We'll leave you to El Capitan, who'll make one mouthful of you.
Quite gone, Pozo. Good. Then let them beware how they beard the lion in his den. If you examine humankind, I'm almost certain you will find that fully 99%, perhaps a trifle more, are bossing jobs they have no bent or earthly fitness for. Rumpus goes against my grain. I'm just as mild can be, and that is why the King of Spain, to represent him, hit on me. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, with application most intense, I study not to give offense. I've had decided views of life, since I was duly nursed, and so has my devoted wife, the very same reversed. When I say no and she says yes, my inward comments may be strong, but outwardly, well, I confess that I am clearly in the wrong. Tra-la-la-la-la, 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 My friends, I fear the worst. Our humble palace will soon be under siege.
Then shall we protect it with our lives? They can but kill us.
That's where I draw the line.
I am not afraid, Papa.
Oh, neither am I. Matter of fact, I enjoy the excitement. On the other hand, that road leads to the Lima Tamba Highway, and I suggest we take it.
Quivering jellies.
Yes, my dear. Pozo, see the jellies as far as the gate.
Don Madigua, before we are surrounded, your daughter and I,
Well?
we wish to have your blessing.
Oh, well, we'll all need that in these next difficult hours.
Oh, I mean your blessing. I wish your daughter's hand.
At a time like this, even the finger of a child of mine would cause you more trouble than you know.
Papa, he loves me. He's asking for my hand in marriage.
Sense of timing is less than perfect. There is a crisis, Verada. The palace will be under siege.
Better to die with our love sanctified.
I will defend her with my life, Don Madigua.
Oh, noble young man.
No. I've never heard of anything so foolish. Now, give her her hand back like a sensible fellow. Let us think of a way to escape.
Papa! Alas, dear Verada.
I shall love you until I die, but dearest Isabel, what hope have we left?
Don't despair. True lovers never abandon hope. And besides, when Papa is removed as Viceroy, I'll no longer be above you.
Enough mooning about. We must turn to practical matters, like life expectancy.
And you call yourself the husband of a daughter of the blood royal. Ha! Viceroy of Peru.
I abdicate.
But the insurgents, they will try to kill you.
How? They've never seen me.
True, not one Peruvian has gotten past Pozo.
Which accounts for my continuing good health. Ah, faithful Pozo. You be firm with these insurgents, and I promise you the grandest state funeral available in this barbarian state. Meanwhile, my duty is clear.
Oh, noble husband, then you shall meet Don Casaro on the battlefield.
No, I plan to share my glory with Pozo. He may meet Don Casaro first.
Don Madigua, this sudden weakness ill becomes you.
That's it. I'm ill. Weak in the knees.
Then, have you forfeited all further claim to our consideration? Come, my dear. Come, my dear. Jellies!
That woman's ambition will erect a monument over me yet.
You realize, sir, that both the Spanish and the native militias are backing Don Casaro.
Alas, poor Pozo, you're in for a peck of trouble.
I?
Well, it won't be I. Gentlemen, I've a scheme. You'll not betray me if I bare my soul. Swear?
We swear.
Well then, in order to protect my incognito, not to mention my life, I intend to become a follower of Don Casaro.
You?
I shall breathe insurrection at every step. Rebellion shall ooze from my every pore. Or at least Don Casaro will think so. I don't understand! Before I left Spain, I found out Don Cassaro wanted to regain the viceroyship. Gentlemen, have you ever heard of El Capitan?
He's violent, the most violent and bloodthirsty man alive.
Or dead?
El Capitan is dead?
On my way over from Spain, one of my men was killed in a brawl. His papers proved that he was none other than...
El Capitan!
I need not tell you, I read his funeral service myself and dropped him overboard like a hot potato.
But Scaramba says that he's already landed and he's on his way.
I spread that one myself, and El Capitan shall not disappoint. He's dead, but I'm not. I'll join the insurgents as El Capitan. Well, his reputation is enormous, and it's all my own invention.
And if you're recognized?
How? I'm the most anonymous viceroy in Peruvian history. They'll recognize that. Not me.
I, Your Excellency?
If the insurgents win, I'll remain El Capitan. If they lose, as viceroy, I'll hang them all.
Incredible.
Just nothing. Meanwhile, I've sent a message to General Habana, head of the Spanish forces, asking for aid. What's that? Voices, many voices. Put up your sword, brave Barada. Instead of taking on the entire insurgent army, take care of my wife and daughter. And you, Pozo. Go tell that rabble they offend me, but avoid force while you still have a breath in your body. Well, I certainly won't stand around and be insulted. and spite, let heart and arm be strong. Our cause the right, our enemies the wrong.
Yes, they are wrong. Defiance
of confidence and
science.
Together unites our evil field. The little face
defiance
of confidence and
science.
Together unites and bid them never yield.
Onward, patriotic son. Onward, till the roads are done. Onward, till the battle's won. Warrior patriotic glory. Come on, King! Come on, King!
Good people, Don Madigua is, as usual, invisible. Scoramba, give me the warrant for Don Madigua's arrest. Give it to him.
Father, won't you wait until the noble Capitan arrives?
The noble Capitan is evidently not coming. And besides, his services are unnecessary now.
If something has happened to El Capitan...
Friends, everything must be strictly legal. King Philip of Spain, in appointing Don Madigua to rule over us, has, to the best of my knowledge, done me dirt. We will now legally and lawfully remove Don Madigua. Legally and lawfully try him. And legally and lawfully hang him.
What is the meaning of all of this? You bring mortification to our royal cheek.
At last I behold the royal flush. Where is Don Madigua?
My father.
Hush, child. Don't mix with the natives.
Oh, spare our daughter's aching heart, wounded sore. Let not my sunny hours depart forevermore. Each sorrow lay her heavy load on me not, and all the fears that anguish brought are forgot. So much I need a father's care through my years, for all the world is but a slender thought with tears. Those cruel looks that made him all melt away, and bid his trembling bosom know whose light is dream.
Standing pitiless,
God's light is dream.
Be gone!
I tell you it's he, the one and only he.
The one and only who?
Be still, my beating heart. The hero of my dreams approaches.
Here he comes. Hurrah for El Capitan! Lo, the awful man approaches. In rebellion sought to coach us. On his hand a falchion flashes. Now his angry teeth he gnashes. So every going is the hero. Sings the rolling hero.
You place my heart so touches. For words I almost fail. If I had them in my class, I'd land them all in jail. Pardon, I pray this flutter, but for your cause I die. Every word I utter is a double-barrel pie.
Let me know, we praise the hero. Seize the golden one with Nero. We hail and pray the Capitan, we pray to rid us of our band.
You see in me, my friends, a man of consummate bravery. My inmost nature tends to free the rope of all slavery. Import and cherish, oh, you perish, flush out Spanish knavery. To arms for liberty.
To arms for liberty.
Hold El Capitan. The gaze of his misanthropic stare, who notices penetrating glare. Match him if you can. He is the champion beyond the compare.
Behold El Capitan.
The gaze on his misanthropic stare, and notice his penetrating glare.
Come match him if you can.
He is the champion beyond the compare. This campaign, believe me, and have no further anxiety. I'll rid this land, you'll see, of Don Medigua's society. And when I meet him, I shall greet him without much propriety. To arms for liberty.
To arms for liberty.
Hold El Capitan. A gaze on his misanthropic stare, and notice his penetrating glare. Come match him if you can. He is the champion beyond the compare.
Behold El Capitan.
A gaze on his misanthropic stare, and notice his penetrating glare.
Come match him if you can.
He is the champion beyond the
We expected you before now.
I was delayed, overthrowing the Baluchistanian dynasty. But where is Don Medigua?
That coward hasn't shown his face, but we'll find him.
Noble warrior.
Rise, gentle maiden. What a toothsome Peruvian pudding she'd make if I weren't married.
I have long cherished this blissful moment of ours.
And I thought we'd just met.
True, but I've seen you in my dreams. And now that you're here, we'll never part.
A steaming pudding. Tell me, my dear, what is it about me that...
The stories of your valor, the bloody history of your 100 battles.
Oh, never mind the details. I know the details. I composed them myself.
Look, they were made for each other.
Never. Senorita, the Capitan is weary and would rest.
Caramba! I forgot you were here. Let me bring you some wine.
I'm not thirsty.
Capitan, I love her. One brave man respects the rights of another, yes? If you want her, you must fight me.
I respect your rights. You take her. I insist.
Congratulations, you are loved by Peru's fairest flower, our daughter.
But while Don Medigua lives, there is no time for love.
Then yours shall be the honor of killing him.
Inspired. And if anyone can do it, I can.
And for your reward...
Over my dead body. Or yours.
I ask no reward. Temper.
Bah!
Bah?
Do you hear me say bah?
How dare he say Baba? He'll go a step too far. If he is sorry for his Papa.
Bah! Do you hear me say bah?
How dare he in the streets? He is to repeat. He was stealing for his Papa.
Scaramba. Remember, my young friend, your calm attention lend. I'm here to fight and not to spoon.
He's here to fight and not to spoon.
His fighting's done from love, he will not run. God save it, this wailing moan.
I'll see that he knuckles right down to his work.
He's jealous of Capitan's merited fame.
To imagine my duty I'll shirk.
Unable to question El Capitan's name.
Ah! He's saying, ah!
He's saying,
He's saying,
ah!
He's saying,
He's saying, bah! He's saying, bah! He's saying,
She's the man who question a maiden's choosing. What is the world unto her if that love she is losing? Dearer than gold of the earth or the pearls of the ocean is love, 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 and love's devotion.
She's the man who question a maiden's choosing. What is the world unto her if that one she is losing? Dearer than gold of the earth or the pearls of the ocean is love, 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 and love's
Trouble yet awaits me, I'll be bound.
Oh, I'm not the right one, really, I'm not. I humbly assure you that Don Madigua is responsible, not I.
There goes the last button. Pop! Where is Don Madigua? It's my life or his, and I think it's his. Gag him at once!
I am saved!
Who is this fellow? In the name of the people of Peru and their chosen leader, Don Casaro, I arrest you, Don Madigua, for violating the Constitution. He, Don Madigua. Let him deny it if he can.
you need to be a perfect soldier.
Your chest thrown out in a marked degree, your arms extend to form a V, and bend your body, but not your need to be a perfect soldier.
A sailor's life may be romantic when rolling over the broad Atlantic. A soldier's life from a broad gigantic, and this is what you must do.
A sailor's life may be romantic when rolling over the broad Atlantic. A soldier's life from a broad gigantic, and this is what you must do.
Extend your left foot well in the air, upon your right your body you bear, then forward step with the utmost care to be a perfect soldier.
Extend your left foot well in the air, upon your right your body you bear, then forward step with the utmost care to be a perfect soldier.
A sailor's life may be romantic when rolling over the broad Atlantic. A soldier's life a broad gigantic, and this is what you must do.
A sailor's life may be romantic when rolling over the broad Atlantic. A soldier's life a broad gigantic, and this is what you must do.
Caramba, still watching over your prisoner?
No, that's the job of El Capitan, the bloodthirsty.
But I thought you were an admirer of his.
I was, but I hate him now. Estrelda is fascinated by him, and... Bah, Ferrada, keep your Isabel out of this Capitan's sight, for he has hypnotized every woman in Tramposa. The history of his 100 battles overwhelms them.
Oh, so Capitan, you must be coming.
Then I'm going. Listen, every one of those cheers cost him 10 sous. Besides, if we meet, I might...
To arms for liberty! Hold El Capitan, a gaze in his face and drawn quick stare, a notice his penetrating glare. Come match him if you can. He's the champion beyond compare.
Behold El Capitan,
a gaze in his face and drawn quick stare, a notice his penetrating glare.
come match him if you can.
He's the champion beyond compare. Comrades, I am honored! Hurrah! Furthermore, I feel myself entitled to the honor and expense of your admiration. Dismissed! Naveau, the prisoner. Popularity is a luxury of the rich. When the gold runs out, the goodwill of the people runs with it. Bring out the prisoner. He needs to be exercised. I wonder when General Urbana will reach Tramposa. Not soon enough for me. Between my beloved wife's hysteria and Estrelda's hero worship, I'm in a somewhat compromised position. Bring the prisoner here. So, Don Medigua, I trust your cell is comfortable. What's your problem, Pozo? You seem nervous.
Your Excellency!
Hush, hush, no nicknames. What seems to be the trouble?
Oh, I don't know. I don't feel safe.
I'm taking all the chances here, Pozo. You always were a selfish wretch.
Oh, I fully appreciate all you've done for me.
Look, I'll be with you in the stretch. I mean, near you at the finish. Oh, take him away! Take him away! Vaya con Dios.
Capitan!
Hey. Oh, going to a wedding?
Ours!
Ours? Impossible!
Impossible! You do not love me.
Cruel words, Estrelda, but they hit the bullseye.
I did not mean to be cruel, but Papa has commanded me to wed you. And I am a dutiful daughter.
Oh, trapped by the concept of filial responsibility. I've a most decided notion that your maidenly devotion isn't lavished in a quarter that will bring you much return. I have pegged ahead of 40, I've a reputation sporty, and I consequently haven't any wickedness to learn. If you'll stop and think a minute, you'll admit I am not in it with the chaps who make a superfine impression on a girl. For I'm creaky and rheumatic, and my heartbeat is erratic, and I'm thoroughly exhausted by the smallest social world. The smallest social world. The smallest social world. That the soldier so magnetic is in love apologetic, is a moral paradoxical, a very common fact. You may spare your modest tattle, mighty champion of battle, for a hero's very weaknesses a maiden will attract. Then I'll have to mention matters which would tear the love to tatters of the most romantic petticoat that ever chanced to spoon. I'm an animated bluffer, and at fighting I'm a duffer. I'm as hollow and as noisy as a double bass bassoon. My adventures, grim and gory, are a highly seasoned story. Why, the very smell of powder makes me tremble like a leaf. I have never earned a laurel in a creditable quarrel, and my terrifying record has been singularly brief. What singularly brief? Yes, singularly brief. You but deepen my affection by a character dissection. We are certainly affinities, if ever there were two. For apart from good and dagger, and your military swagger, there's a something undefinable that draws my love to you. No doubt your words are true. No doubt my words are true. There's a something undefinable. No doubt your words are true. Victim of fate.
Oh, I'm glad to find you two together. The Holy Father will be at the cathedral at 3 to marry you today.
I've a duel at 3. Make it 3:30.
At 3, Capitan.
I'll go tell my friends.
At 3, Capitan.
Martyr or bigamist, there's no help for it. Estrelda must become a member of the family circle. Here comes wife number 1.
Torn with many a fear.
has opened wide the gate of pleasure, offering a brand new honeymoon. I can be repentant at my leisure, and I need not have my leisure soon.
Ho, 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 ho! Ho, 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 ho! Ho, 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 ho! Ho, ho, ho! Sheila cruises through the darkening night, lights in her side, bright in the bright. Has the pleasure be to cheer me right, break the ice from the day. I'll be the Sheila cruises round the boatman's side, lights in her side, bright in the bright. Has the pleasure be to cheer me right, break the ice of the day.
He is a furry, sweet reader, in the leafy shade of a woody glade, while the summer with song is taming, is a maid at dawn of a wedding morn. This is just the kind of blissful dreaming that is not enjoyed except by few, for it takes a juiced lot of scheming when you know a nightmare's nearly due.
How can those peasants rejoice when our poor dear husband is immured here?
Oh, unhappy father!
Oh, Don Casaro, we beseech you, may we please have an interview with our poor, unfortunate husband?
Oh, here comes the coup de grace.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's drafty in here, and I catch cold easily.
Capitan!
If my wife sees Pozo, I'm simply a thing of the past.
Capitan, if you deem it advisable, permit the princess to see her husband.
I don't deem it.
Oh, sir, we beg for mercy. Mercy for our poor husband.
Depart, woman, get thee gone.
Has been lived without a plan.
gone!
I admire your willpower, Capitan, but I've decided to grant the young lady's petition.
I'm sinking.
Navajo, produce the prisoner at once!
Sink or swim, I'll risk it. Dearest wife, don't recognize me or my life is forfeited. One word and I'm past tense.
Enrico, is it you?
Oh, certainly not. It is not me. You will betray me, Princess. Princess, your husband is in there. It's Pozo. Greet him as if he were your own beloved husband.
Pozo? Never.
Don't balk at trifles. It's life or death.
Oh, for your sake, anything. Capitan! Capitan, you are in danger. Madam, I sympathize, but the noble Capitan is already...
Estrelda! Oh, look! Here he comes! My poor nerves! Don Medigua, here's your wife.
My wife?
Yes, your wife, you understand, your wife. Remember, you're his wife, his comforter in strife, the one to him most dear. I would deed, but as it is, I meekly acquiesce.
Please bear in mind she is a maiden lady. Permit me to remark your conduct shady.
Oh, do not rob me of my one remaining treasure.
Go on, kiss hug, 'twill be a very short-lived pleasure.
My darling girl and partner dear, I soon shall whirl from this sad sphere. So I'll proceed the sweets to sip, without much free from rosy inn.
I cannot stand this kind of thing. Reprimanded him I'll fling. Don't look forlorn, that simply shows there is a thorn to every rose.
Remember, they are man and wife. She is his hope, he is her life.
Propriety, society, sobriety and piety, with every other iety, don't justify their loving attitude. Choked with woes, I'd like to tweak the rascal's nose. Don't show surprise, it must be clear. Had you been wise, you'd not been here.
It's not quite right to interfere between two souls whose love sincere.
Propriety, society, sobriety and piety, with every other iety, don't justify their loving attitude.
Return Don Madigua to his cell, and detain the princess as well.
Your Excellency, the prison has but one cell, and that is already occupied by Don Madigua.
Then lock her up with her husband.
That arrangement won't work. It's unplatonic.
Pray do not separate us now!
Lock him up!
Papa, observe his interest, his jealousy of Don Madigua.
Pozo is welcome to my title, but my wife doesn't come with it.
Esmeralda is right. He loves the princess. Take the princess to the prison.
Oh, must we part? Farewell, farewell. Oh, how dare she? How dare you? I'll rub salt in her wound. Papa, I wish the princess to be present at my ceremony.
Remove the prisoner!
I wish her to witness.
Your Excellency, that would be a gross breach of military tactics. I mean, of court etiquette. I mean, it would be a breach. Her presence would disgrace the wedding. Ooh.
Whose wedding?
Our wedding.
Toll the bell, for I am coming.
He must not, shall not, dare not, cannot wed you. If he has said he would, he has misled you.
Ladies, I hear the angels calling me to come.
What is catching him, dear princess, and I? You're old enough to be his great-grandmother.
Ladies, oh Lord, if they were only deaf and dumb.
He's mine by every word that love can call.
He's sorry to be loved.
Dear, as only be.
Oh Lord, if they were only deaf and dumb.
Why to marry such a woman as you? So do it, it could best that you should say,
Good, most faithful Don Scaramba, the dispatch quickly that we see.
oh, oh, ha, ha, ha. To arms, on every highway sound alarm, blow every gun, beat every drum, the Spanish general has come.
Blow every gun, beat every drum, the Spanish general has come.
Did you say the Spanish general is here? It's true. And you think he'll very soon appear? I do. Hurrah, 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 for Spain and the Spaniards.
He's a traitor! Kill him! Kill him!
He's a traitor! Kill him! Kill him!
Nonsense! My warlike nature simply rose in admiration of such foes who'd have the courage to oppose an army led by me. Come then, you lead the way. What me?
Yes, you!
All right, I'll lead you on to victory or death. Against the Spanish army I must lead the witches' tongue. I'll certainly get hurt unless I can desert. Although in this deception I have dabbled quite enough, I'll execute another little. Against the Spanish army I must lead the witches' tongue. I'll certainly get hurt unless I can desert. Although in this deception I have dabbled quite enough, I'll execute a little bluff.
They lead us to the fray. We're surely with the day. They lead us to the glory fray. Marching the sword and the battle's high. For duty calls, we will win or die. The trumpet blows and the roll of drum shall tell the foe the victor's call. Marching the sword and the battle's high. For duty calls, we will win or die. The trumpet blows and the roll of drum shall tell the foe the victor's call.
Come march beneath the banner of the doughty Capitan. I'm thinking of a scheme of which the little dream. To make the Spanish fight for me, I've hit upon a plan. You'll clearly see that I'm a brainy man. Come march beneath the banner of the doughty Capitan. I'm thinking of a scheme of which the little dream. To make the Spanish fight for me, I've hit upon a plan. You'll clearly see that I'm a brainy man.
We'll lead us to the fray. We're surely with the day that leads us to the glory fray. Marching the sword and the battle's high. For duty calls, we will win or die. The trumpet blows and the roll of drum shall tell the foe the victor's come. Marching the sword and the battle's high. For duty calls, we will win or die. The trumpet blows and the roll of drum
enfold thee. Let me again, love, gaze on thy face. Hope meets despair with doubt and with trembling. Dark is the night and dreary the day. Tell me, my darling, without dissembling, tell me your heart is mine forever.
Sweetheart and dreamy, dreaming what you love, dreaming a day so beauteous, so bright. Vanish the shadows, quickly, my true love, out of the darkness into the light.
Hope meets despair with doubt and with trembling.
Dark is the night and dreary the day. Tell me, my darling, without dissembling, tell me your heart is mine forever.
Come, Isabel, we must pass through the insurgent lines.
But my father, he's in danger. He's leading the
He's leading them
insurgents.
around in circles. They're so tired they can't fight. But once behind their lines, we shall be safe. You trust me, don't you, dearest?
With my life, Ferrada.
Hey, halt! Fall out! Caramba! What happened to the rest of the soldiers?
They couldn't make it up the hill, Capitan. You've done nothing but exercise us all night long.
Sound mind and a sound body, I always say.
But when the enemy reinforcements arrive, they'll overpower us.
Overpower whom? Say, you fellows seem to forget I'm with you.
But our men are already half dead.
It's a soldier's duty to die for his country. Wine! Wine for all and all for wine. This time tomorrow we shall be dead on the battlefield. I'm used to it. I was born amidst the din and carnage of war. First words I heard spoken came from a cannon's mouth. Why, my mother was a camp follower, boys. And I am a son of the regiment. You fellows haven't had these advantages. We're fighting against Don Medigua. But what's he done? Nothing.
That's just it. We want a viceroy who does something.
I'll drink to that. When some serious affliction makes you seem uncommon blue, such as heroes meet in fiction at the end of volume 2, at misfortune snap your fingers, fill with wine your flagon high, and the pangs will only linger till the jug runs dry. Then adieu to care in the wine, so rare let us vow the rascal to drown. We will stir his blood in a rosy flood, and we'll toss the medicine down. Let the corks pop to the last gold drop, as we toast the pleasures to come. With a hip hurrah and a skip tra-la, and a glass twixt finger and thumb. There is comfort too when a friend's with you. Together you clink your mugs, and soon forget that you had met an incubus called the bugs. If you haven't a sou to pay your due, you merrily laugh and sing. For seen through the drink, a purse without chink is the funniest kind of thing. But if your friend is unpleasantly critical, or if you differ in matters political, or in grammar, astronomy, political economy, heathen mythology, pokerology, something sufficiently weighty to ripple the friendship eternal, you swore o'er your tipple. Then adieu to care in the wine, so rare let us vow the rascal to drown. We will turn his blood in a rosy flood, and we'll toss the medicine down. Let the corks pop to the last gold drop, as we toast to the pleasures to come. With a hip hurrah and a skip tra-la, and a glass twixt finger and thumb. But a notion soon will strike you that your friend may now dislike you, that his love has flown forever. That's the climax of your woes. So you look across the table, just as straight as you are able, and with bitter tears apologize for pummeling his nose. Then adieu to care in the wine, so rare let us vow the rascal to drown. We will stir his blood in a rosy flood, and we'll toss the medicine down. Let the corks pop to the last gold drop, as we toast the pleasures to come. With a hip hurrah and a skip tra-la, and a glass twixt finger and thumb. That's it, lads. Oh, drink.
Capitan, you are a coward and a traitor and a womanizer.
Signor, one of us must die.
I agree.
The only question is, which one? As your superior officer, I nominate you.
Coward, I'll report you to Don Casaro.
Ah, my Peruvian plum.
Is this man bothering you?
Oh, Scaramba, you're everlastingly piping the same tune. I knew a young man in Zanzibar who did exactly the same thing. I'll tell you what happened to him. Under the window he softly crept, while father and mother and Towser slept. Then plunking a tune on his light guitar, he warbled a ballad of Zanzibar. From out a chamber emerged the maid, begging the name of the tune he played. Said he as he plunked his light guitar, "'Tis a typical tune of Zanzibar." Ya 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 I'm yours for aye, the maiden cried. I'm ready to marry, to be your bride. Only plunk once more on your light guitar that typical tune of Zanzibar. Looking with love on his bride-to-be, he tuned his strings in another key, then plunked once more on his light guitar that typical tune of Zanzibar. Ya 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 Quickly she leaped from the casement high into his arms and ready to fly. But Towser had heard the light guitar and the typical tune of Zanzibar. They buried them down by the ocean spray, where oft at night, so neighbors say, he's heard the plunk of a light guitar and the typical tune of Zanzibar. Ya 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 ya
The enemy has begun the attack. General Herbana is punctual.
Run along, my dear. I shall join you in battle in a moment.
Very well, my hero.
Now for the princess. Princess, dearest princess, pretty, pretty princess.
Capitan, the enemy has surrounded our right flank.
I shall draw my sword. Tell them the hero of 100 battles is coming to save them. Go! Princess, Jose, I'm here to free you.
Capitan, the Spanish army has surrounded our left flank.
Beginner's luck. Go back and tell the brave lads on our side I shall be with them and all. Princess,
Don Madigua!
Capitan, the Spanish army has crushed our rear flank. We're surrounded, defeated.
Oh, well, one can't always win everything. Dearest, come, my dear.
Navarro, seize this traitor. He is Don Madigua.
Where is Don Madigua?
Here he stands, the coward, the traitor. Oh, Papa and brave Scaramba.
But I thought he was El Capitan, and he was Don Madigua.
Tut, Scaramba, thinking isn't your strong point.
Have I the honor of addressing Don Madigua?
You have. Viceroy, hero, husband, father.
And father-in-law. Sir, now that the crisis is over, I love your daughter, and I want
You
her
want her hand. Here, take her hand and whatever else goes with it. Excellent taste on your part. my dear beloved wife. And while I'm at it, here, take each other, and you're both welcome, I'm sure. General, spare this luscious creature's father on one condition.
Name it, sir.
That you will forgive Don Medigua for the shortcomings of El Capitan. We beg your kind consideration for El Capitan. His fate is in your hands. He waits for your commands. Forgive his many weaknesses and love him if you can. With heart and voice bid all rejoice and praise his lips. We beg your kind consideration for El Capitan. His fate is in your hands. He waits for your commands. Forgive his many weaknesses and love him if you can. With heart and voice we will all rejoice and praise. And praise his little plan. With heart and voice we will all rejoice and praise his little plan. Punching the sword and the banners fly. For duty calls, we will win or die. The trumpet blows and the roll of drum shall tell the foe the victor's come. Punching the sword and the banners fly. For duty calls, we will win or die. The trumpet blows and the roll of drum shall tell the foe the victor's come. The trumpets blow and the drum shall tell as we